Good morning, everybody. J.R. Fisher here. It is Wednesday. It's the last day of August. Oh my gosh, years is flying by. It seems like years fly by. But hey, today we're going to have a great session. I'm going to tell you about a little injury I got. But more importantly, I'm going to explain to you some of the benefits of working online. So if you're new here, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down there. Turn it from red to gray. Don't forget to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live or if I upload a new video, which right now we're doing that every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You're getting brand new videos. I'm trying to go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Unfortunately, I was scheduled for this Friday, but I got an injury and I have to be at a surgeon's office on Friday morning. Hopefully it doesn't turn into surgery, but I got to go get an MRI, get things checked out. So I'll go over all that in just a second. Don't forget to use that chat box. Make sure you put in there, questions about what we're talking about. If you've got any questions about making money online, if you just want to introduce yourself, hey, we want to meet you. Put your name in that chat box. You're important to us. Everybody on this channel is important. It's not a group of thousands of people. It's each individual person that I think about out there, guys. So, I'm here to help you. Any questions you have, please feel free to put them in there. So the other day, let me start off the story before I get into all these benefits about working online. The other day, I went to the gym. Now, I've had surgery on both my knees. I did Taekwondo and some kickboxing stuff, and I messed up my knees. So I've got these little tears in my medial meniscus in the knees. And, whatever, my left knee always hurts. My right knee's pretty good. But on this particular day, which was, what is today? Today's Wednesday. I guess it was Monday. My right knee was a little bit sore and I wasn't really thinking that much of it. I went about my day. I did the stuff I need to do. And then I went to the gym. And it was leg day at the gym. So I'm lifting weights and I'm doing squats and I'm doing extensions, all these different things with my legs. But my right knee was a little sore, and I wasn't really thinking much of it. And I always end my workout with some aerobic exercises. And I got onto the treadmill and I got a nice incline going and I got a nice pace going. And my knee was sore. My right knee was sore. Kind of weird. And I said, you know what, just push through it because that's kind of my mentality. And I'm pushing through it. And all of a sudden I feel this pop and a noise in my knee and I couldn't run anymore. And I was trying to hit that stop button because I was just stumbling all over the place. And all of a sudden I couldn't walk. I couldn't put pressure on my right leg. I was able to stumble out to my car and stumble in my house. My wife looked at me and she goes, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but I got a bad injury." So, I went through all the rigmarole of insurance. You call the nurse's line and she says, "Well, let me see if I can get you in for an appointment. Oh, by the way, your doctor's out for a week." I'm like, "No, you don't seem to understand. I can't walk. I need to get in." And she says, "Well, my recommendation is to go to the emergency room." Oh my gosh, guys, Mondays in the emergency room. If you've never been, just go and just have some fun. Okay. But it's quite an assortment of people, but more importantly, everybody waits. I guess they have stuff going on the weekend and it gets bad. And Monday morning, Monday afternoon, Monday evening, they end up in the emergency room. So I'm there in the emergency room and I knew what I needed. I mean, I didn't need an x-ray. I needed an MRI to figure out what is wrong with that knee. But of course, when I called the nurse's line, she says, a doctor's got to order it. You got to meet with the doctor first. The quickest way to meet with a doctor is to go to the emergency room. So I went to the emergency room and we spent, I think, 6 hours there, which is a pretty long time, 6 hours. Finally got to see a doctor. They did an x-ray on my knee before I got to see him. And of course, x-ray is not going to show anything because I didn't break any bones. Got in to see the doctor. And the doctor looks at it and he says, "Well, I got to refer you to an orthopedist surgeon." Okay, just in case, of course, they may want to operate on it. And I said, "Well, can I go ahead and get an MRI?" And he says, "No, I can't order those. Only an orthopedic doctor can." So anyhow, I've got an appointment this Friday in the morning, right at the time that I'm supposed to be live with you guys. But unfortunately, I do have to go do that. And I'm going to get my knee checked out. And this is really important to me because I got a trip scheduled to Rome at the end of this month. Now, I've got crutches and I've got this knee brace. I wore the knee brace that evening, didn't put it on the next day, of course. And I kind of hobbled around yesterday with some crutches, or I was using one crutch. Today I'm trying to get away from the crutches altogether because I want to be able to walk, because I want to be able to go to Rome. Okay, and I don't want to miss that trip. But the moral of the story is, if I had this injury in my previous job, now my previous job was I managed new car dealerships, and we had like 16 different franchises, and I had to walk around all day. I had to go outside, I had to go inside, I had to do sales meetings, I had to walk upstairs, downstairs. I would have been out. And would I have gotten paid? I don't know, probably, but maybe not, or maybe gotten fired or whatever. But with a knee injury like this, and I work online, and here I am, guys. I'm here online. I'm able to work. This afternoon, I have to do some recordings of videos, and I'll put those up on my channel. But this knee injury that I have does not stop me from doing my job. And that's what I want to get across to you guys. I did a post the other day about this, and I said, I don't know why more people don't work online. And somebody put lack of belief. And I don't quite understand that theory. I remember when I was thinking about working online, and I thought, wow, there's people making money online. That means I can too. And that's basically my thoughts. Now, I knew in the beginning it would be tough, and it was, and I lost money, and I screwed up, and I did things wrong and all that. But I knew that I would eventually make money, and I knew it because other people did. And that's what I want to get across to you today, guys. If other people are doing it, you're no different. You're just no different. You just, like that person said, maybe you have lack of belief. Maybe you don't believe you can do it. You can do it. But to I guess motivate you, I want to go through a list of 13 things that I think are really beneficial to working online. Now, how did I come up with 13 things? Because it SEO'd good. Okay, the number 13 was really good. I could have listed 100 things, maybe 200 things. I love working online. I love what I do. I love being able to work the hour. I want to get into all that, because then I'm going to start listing all the things. But I do have a list of all these things, and I want to share them with you so you can kind of see, these benefits. And maybe if you see these benefits enough, you will actually decide to do this yourself. And guys, if you have comments about this, put it in that chat section there. Let me know what you're thinking about all this stuff. But let's talk about this real quick, guys. Let's talk about this. I remember going to work when I worked for somebody else, and I remember stopping at Starbucks, and I would see people in there on their laptops, and they looked like they were working. I thought, wow, how cool would that be to be here sitting on my laptop, just typing on a keyboard, making a living. I thought that would be so cool, but I had quite a drive. It took me about 45 minutes to get to work each way. So that was an hour and a half out of my day. But let's think about this. I did a look, and I was trying to find some statistics, and I found some. Travel time, the average person's travel time. Now, this was based on statistics in 2019, but the travel time, one-way commute in the United States was 27.6 minutes, okay? So I want you to think about this. If you work online, you don't have travel time. You're there, okay, as long as you got internet at your house. So think about that. That's 1 hour total, or 5 hours a week of travel time that you have to spend if you work for somebody. Let me get a sip here real quick. So let's continue this out a little bit further. If you look at that over 50 weeks, that's 250 hours, okay? 250 hours of, travel time. Or it's, another way to look at it is, if you do this over 40 years, that's 25,000 hours divided by 24 is 1,041 days, or 2.85 years of your life. You spend traveling 2.85 years of your life. That's a long time. I mean, you can do a lot of things in 2.85 years. So if you work for yourself, number one is you don't have travel time. Now let's look at number two, more time with your family or your friends. This is something I really, really enjoy. I enjoy it because, I love to be around my family. Some of you may not want to be around your family. You can be around your friends. Well, not all family. Some family is kind of difficult, but overall, I like being around my family. And I do like spending time with friends. I don't spend a lot of time with friends. I'm very selective of the friends I spend time with. Reason being is I don't just say, hey, I'm going to spend 3 hours this week with friends. I don't do that. I have certain friends that I enjoy spending time with. And I don't spend an inordinate amount of time with them. But when I do, it's a friend I've chosen, and it's the amount of time I want to spend. So I don't just say, well, I need a friend to hang out with every week. I don't do that because I don't do it every week. I just don't do it. But the point is, you will have time to do that if you work for yourself online. You'll be able to have that time. So that would be number 2, more time with your family and friends. And I'm hopefully convincing you to work online, because it is the way to go, guys. And if you want more training courses, look below in the description after this video is ended. You'll find it there. If you're not watching this live, just look at the description there. You'll find it. Now, the next thing I really like is number 3, and that is I can work the hours that I want to work. That is really kind of cool. Like this morning, we have a vet coming over. The vet's going to be over here at 11 o'clock. We don't really take our pets to a vet. We have a vet come to the house. And that's an advantage because we can afford it. But the thing is, it doesn't disrupt the pets. Now, that's going to disrupt my work today, because today I was going to, record videos and I was going to start at 10 a.m. and record, but obviously I have a live, so I had to adjust that. But see how I did that adjustment was, I knew I could adjust it. So the vet will come and then I'll start recording after that, and I'll get my videos recorded. My point being is I can work the hours I want. Now, some people will say, well, geez, I heard about that 4-hour work week, and that's what I want to do. And I want to make $1 million a year. You won't. Okay. You won't, because in the beginning, you got to put in a lot of hours. I still put in a lot of hours. However, I can take off time. Like, was it last week? We took 4 days and we went to Vegas and hung out there. My wife had a convention there, so she was technically working. But the point was, we could work the hours we wanted. I'll be back in Vegas in November for a mastermind. We're going to be in Rome next month. We're going to be on a cruise in January. So I can adjust my hours. You can work the hours you want. And guys, I don't want you to think this is just something so far out of reach you could never do it. Anybody listening to this can do it. Anybody. This is not hard stuff. Believe me, trust me, I've done it. Number 4 is the ability to travel. And I kind of touched upon that just now, but I've been able to see the world. I've been able to, go to Bangkok and Caribbean islands and, Tokyo and Hong Kong. And, we're heading to Italy. I would have never been able to do that in a job, because they're just not going to let you have that kind of time off. And the cool thing about when I say ability to travel is, when I'm in Rome, or when I'm in Vegas, or when I'm in Bangkok, I can still work on my business. I don't miss any income. So I have this ability to travel and still see the world. And you could do the same thing. Please let me convince you of this. You could do the same thing. And it's really rewarding to be able to do that and see other countries and taste other foods and meet different people. And let's see, number 5, I mentioned this in the beginning, it's time to exercise. Okay. I now have time to exercise. When I was in that corporate job, managing those businesses, I didn't have time to exercise like I wanted to. Now I still tried to, and every now and then I'd sneak away. And as soon as I did, of course, they were looking for me. But the ability to exercise is so important, because if you don't exercise, you're going to get sick. And I don't care who you are. It is so rare for anybody to live past 40 years old or 50 years old and never exercise and be totally healthy. Health and fitness, guys, is not something you're given. It's something you earn. You have to earn it. And the only way to earn it is to exercise. So please understand that this is a very important thing for you to understand. You got to exercise. But working online gives you the ability to do that, gives you the ability to exercise. Number 6 is something that most people don't even consider, because they think of it in another direction, but it's a more stable income. Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, no, I have a stable income. I know what my income is every single week. I know what I get paid a month. I've worked my way up to this level. But here's the deal, guys. You could lose your job tomorrow. Somebody could come in tomorrow and fire you. You could lose your job. Now, some of you are going to argue this, and I get it, but maybe that business you work for, if they can't fire you, could go out of business. You don't have the control over your income. Now, when I say stable income, what I mean is I have income coming in all the time. Is it the same amount? No. Some days I have huge days. Some days I do over 6 figures in a day, which is really nice. Some days I don't. Some days I have really smaller days. But the point is, I have a stable income. I know right now, let's say I were to curl up in a ball and get on the couch and watch Netflix for a week, I would still have money coming in. You can't say that about a regular job. So I think it's a more stable income, and that's number 6. Number 7, I don't have to buy any work clothes. Hey, you're looking at them. This gym shirt I've got on right here, this is my work clothes. This is what I can wear to go to work. I don't have to buy ties. I don't have to buy suits. I don't have to have uniforms. I don't have to buy a name embroidered on a shirt or anything like that. I can wear what I want on a daily basis. And some of you really spend a lot of money on your work clothes. I mean, you have to, and I get it. It's the job. You're in maybe the corporate world or something like that. You got to meet with clients. You got to look the part. You know what? Online at this point, I can look any way I want. And I don't want to look like a bum or anything. I shaved for you guys today. I did that, combed my hair, did all that good stuff. But I don't want to wear a suit. I don't want to wear a tie. If I never wear a tie again, I'm fine with that. Get another sip here. Because I have the ability to do that because I work online. So that's number 7, is you don't have to buy work clothes. Number 8, if you wonder what number 8 is, number 8 is a big one. I don't have to have someone tell me what to do. Now that was probably the most irritating thing about my job, and probably any job, is having somebody else tell you what to do. You may not even realize you're irritated by this, but think about this. A lot of you have a lunch hour, right? So they not only tell you when you can go to lunch, they tell you how long you have to eat that lunch. And I think it's so funny because I did take, some breaks for lunch. But if I did take a break and it was an hour or 45 minutes, which was rare, but let's say I took that break, I would eat in about 10 minutes and then work on my business on the side. I hated the fact that somebody would say, okay, it's 11 o'clock, you can go to lunch, or it's 1 o'clock, you can go to lunch. Maybe at 11 o'clock, I'm not hungry. Maybe at 10:30, I'm hungry, and they tell me I can't eat till 1, so I have to be hungry until then. It's not like that online. Online, I can say, well, when I'm hungry, I'm going to eat, Now maybe I do eat around lunchtime or something like that, but I have that choice. I don't have somebody tell me what to do. I don't have somebody who says, you got to be at the office at 7:30 in the morning. And I remember a lot of times I would be at the office at 7:30 in the morning. There was nobody else there. But that was the requirement, that I was there at 7:30 in the morning. Do you have that requirement? Is somebody telling you you've got to sit at a desk? You've got to be behind a computer screen. You've got to be somewhere based on somebody else's direction. That's my number 8. You don't have to have anybody tell you what to do when you work for yourself online. Guys, you do have to make yourself work, though. I'm not going to say you don't. A lot of times I don't feel like working. A lot of times I don't feel like doing the stuff I have to do, but I know I got to do it. So you do have to have that mentality where you can force yourself to do stuff, but at least you're the one forcing yourself to do it, not somebody else. Number 9, we're up to number 9. And guys, put your comments in there. Are you experiencing some of this? Is somebody telling you what to do? Is that irritating you? Because here's the thing. If things are irritating you, you're probably going to make a change. If you've just kind of settled in and accepted that your life is going to be, working for 40 years and trying to retire on half the income that you were making, if that's your life and you've settled in, you don't have the motivation. I'm saying get the motivation. I'm saying look at your life. Number 9, the opportunity to retire early or become financially stable. And what I mean by those are not mutually exclusive. You could be financially stable and retire early if you want, but I don't want to retire. And that's another thing, is a lot of jobs will say, well, when you turn 55 or 60 or 65 or whatever the age they select is, you need to retire. Maybe I don't want to. I know physically I don't want to retire. What's the point? What's the point in retiring? People say, well, that way you could travel and you could do what you want and see the world. I'm like, I do that right now. And I get to talk to you guys, and I get to share this stuff with you guys. So, the ability to retire early, I guess, is an advantage for some people. But then what do you do? What do you do? Okay. Or somebody's going to force you to retire and you want to work more. That's even worse. When you say, hey, I've got another 20 years I'd like to work, and somebody says, no, you're out. You're done. You're over with. Most people retire at 55, 60, 65, and you're out. Okay. That's a horrible situation. So that's my number 9, not to mention the fact that you can become financially stable. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't jobs that pay you enough to become financially stable, but there aren't that many of them. For the most part, people in America, and I'm not speaking for all countries, I'm talking mostly for America. I know a lot of my audience is Indian, guys, and hi guys, a lot of my audience is in India, but if you have an online business, you can scale it up. You can make a whole lot of money. You can become financially stable like what you want to do, okay? And that's a heck of an opportunity. Let's move on to number 10. Number 10, I think, is a cool one, and it's certainly something I've done, is it gives you an opportunity to learn new skills. The skills I have now, the things I do now, I didn't know in 2009 when I got started. I didn't know these things. We're going on 13 years now of me working online. And I mean, there's so many things that I've learned, everything from editing to web pages to marketing to, I mean, email, just all kinds of stuff I've learned. I wouldn't have learned these things in my old job. As a matter of fact, I tried to introduce some of this internet marketing stuff at my old company, and they fought against it. They were like, no, we don't want to do that. And I will tell you, a few years later, they ended up selling out that whole group. So all those people who thought they had a secure job didn't. Not to mention the fact that, you know, their lack of marketing online cost of the company. I mean, they just didn't do it. So I was at the perils of their lack of motivation, decision, whatever, to market that company online. And that's a shame. That's a shame, right? Because you're stuck. You're stuck in a job where the owner or the managers tell you what to do, what you can do, what you can't do, what you can learn, what you can't learn. But when you're off, okay, this is my recommendation to you, is learn some new skills. Don't spend every evening watching Netflix. Learn some new skills. Learn how to do some new stuff. That's what helped me. When I started this company, I didn't even know how to send emails properly. I couldn't type. And I will tell you, to be honest with you, I can't type now. I use like 2 or 3 fingers on each hand, but I can send an email now. I can send marketing emails and I can make a lot of money. So this number 10, I'm talking about learning new skills. It's an awesome thing. And you feel better about yourself when you've got some more talents. Number 11, you get to meet like-minded people. Now, I've never seen an occupation such as owning businesses online where it actually allows you to meet all these really cool people. I was just in Vegas with my wife, which I just mentioned, and she went to Super Zoo, which was a dog, cat, pet type convention. There were thousands of people there, and she got to rub elbows with all these people that like the kind of things she likes, that enjoy the things that she likes. And while I was there, I actually got to have dinner with some friends from New Zealand, another friend from America, and we got to talking about stuff, and we had a really good evening. Okay, so starting an online business is going to open a new world for you. You're going to meet new people. You're going to meet really cool people. You're going to meet people that are going to share information with you. You're going to meet people that are going to teach you stuff. You're going to meet people that you're going to get to help too, which I think is more important than actually getting people to help you. When you can actually help other people, when you've learned something online and you share it with other people, like what I'm doing right now. Okay. When you do that, guess what, guys? You have really slayed life. Okay. You really have. You've done something that's really, really important. So think about that. In addition to that, I can work from any place I want. Now, I said I could work anytime I want. That's very true, but I could work from any place. I have run my business from cruise ships. I have run my business from hotels in Asia. You know, I have run my business from my hometown when I was visiting my wife's relative. I can run my business from anywhere. I can work anywhere. I can walk down to the lobby of a hotel and work. I can stay up in my room and work. I can work anywhere. Okay. Being able to work wherever you want, it's an amazing thing. It's so fulfilling to know that if I've got internet, and shoot, I don't even have to have internet. Maybe I recorded some videos and I just need to do some editing. I can do that too. Okay. So I don't even have to always have internet, but I have to have it every now and then because I do work online, and whatever work I've done, I got to put it online. I got to get it there. But being able to work any place you want is my number 12. Let me get another sip here before I get into number 13. And guys, I want to hear your stories about this. If you're working online or you want to work online, put something in that comment section, put something in that chat section. Tell me about you. Tell me about what you want. And here's the funny thing. When you start thinking about what you want, when you start thinking about doing this, you will start doing things that will get you to that goal. So that's what the whole point of this video is. Number one, to show you that I got injured and I can still work and I can still make money. But number two is that you can do this. If I can convince you, if I can list all these things and convince you that you have the ability to do this, you're going to start trying. When you try and you keep trying, you're going to succeed. You just will. I can guarantee you, you're going to succeed. And that the biggest part I have, the biggest problem I have to getting people to succeed online is getting them started. Getting them to have confidence that they can do the same thing. It's like the person said on my post there, lack of belief. They don't believe they can do this. They think all these other people are special out there. They think all these other people have these great talents. Guys, any talents I have, any talents anybody else has as far as digital marketing online, we learned it just like you can learn it. Anybody can learn this stuff. It's not hard. All right, number 13. I like this one. If you get injured, like I did, on Monday, you still have an income. Okay. So if I was, I don't know, a construction guy, and I'm not picking on construction guys, but I'm just saying, if I injured my knee this way, I couldn't go to work. I couldn't do my job. I couldn't climb around and, build houses or whatever. When I have an online business like this, if I get an injury like this, the only thing it is it's uncomfortable. Okay. I'm sitting here now, my knee hurts a little bit, but I'm still able to operate. So if something, catastrophic happens in your life, your income doesn't stop. Okay. I think a lot of people think, well, it's my job is stable and working for myself online is not stable. Nothing could be further from the truth. Working for yourself is a whole lot more stable, because if you see your income dipping a little bit, you can do stuff about it. You can change what you're doing, change your email, change your advertising, change something. But if you work for somebody else and the sales of that company start to go down, you're probably going to have very little effect on that. Okay. Especially if you're in a situation where you're dependent upon their marketing department, their sales department. Maybe you work in accounting there, maybe you work in payroll there. And if the company's going down, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? How are you going to change anything, the direction of the company? You're just not going to do it. I watched this old business I worked for, and I saw all the people in the offices. As a matter of fact, I just went back there a few months ago, and I saw a lot of those people, and they're still in those same jobs. They're still doing those same things. They're still getting terrible results. They're still having to put up with bad management. And I feel sorry for them, because all of them are scared to do anything. All of them are scared to leave. They think that, and here's what you've done. They've put their trust in strangers to control their lives, their income, their livelihood. They've put their trust in strangers. Why not switch this, guys? Why not put your trust in yourself? Do you depend on yourself? I depend on myself. And here's what I believe. I believe that myself has my best interest. Okay. I don't believe that a stranger or somebody I work for, you may think you're part of the family. There is no family in business. Don't believe that. But you may think you're part of the family. But the point is, you've put your trust, your security, your family's security, your happiness in the laps of somebody else. And they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about their business. And they should be thinking about their business. They shouldn't be thinking about what makes you happy. I mean, yeah, we want to treat employees good, but bottom line is they're there to make a profit. Okay. And if that means paying you less and working you more, gets them closer to their goals, that's what they're going to do. They're going to pay you less. They're going to work you more. They're going to tell you more stuff to do so that they can get what they want. It only makes sense. So if you're working for somebody else and you watch this video, guys, please, if nothing else, let me get through to you that you're doing the wrong thing. Unless you're totally happy with that, unless you don't want to rely on yourself. If you want to rely on somebody else to control your life, and that's what you want, and that's your goal in life is to rely on other people, I guess you got to stick with a job. But if you're like me, and like probably millions of other people like me, you've said, you know what? I think I'd like to do something for myself. I think I'd like to control my own time. I think I'd like to control my own destiny. I think I would like to possibly make a whole lot more money than I make right now by starting an online business. If that's something that interests you guys, below this video, I have some links. I have some downloadables. I have some courses. I would suggest you click on them and you start learning. Get your mind in the right direction, get your efforts in the right direction. And I hope you learned from my injury on Monday that, it didn't trip me up. It didn't trip me up at all. I still make money. I made money yesterday and the day before, and I'll continue to make money because I have an online business. And you can do the same thing. Why not you? Got to ask yourself, why not you? I posted the other day online a little thing and it said, what if it did work out? That's it. What if it did work out? Get your mind in the right direction. Because you know what, guys? What if you do start an online business and it does work out and things go well? What if? I think too many of us go, well, that could go wrong or this could get messed up and all that. Yeah, all those things are true. But what if it did work out? What if you started your online business and it worked out? What if you started doing what you would like to do and it worked out? How would that be? How would your life change? What would happen then? Give that some thought. I hope this video meant something to you. I'm not quite at 30 minutes, but I'm pretty close. I think I'm a minute away. By the time I get through with the rest of my closing, I'll be there. Guys, if you're not a subscriber to this channel and you like this information, you want to get more of it, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down there, turn it from red to gray. Don't forget to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live or if I upload a new video. I really appreciate you being here. Please share this video with other people. Give me a thumbs up. It only takes a second to click that thumbs up. and it means a whole lot to the algorithm. And I want to get to know you. If you haven't introduced yourself or you haven't talked to me in a while, put a comment in there. Let's get the conversation going, and maybe I can help you, maybe push you along a little bit and get you going on your journey to making money online. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, guys. Wish me luck with my knee. I'm probably going to need it because I want to be able to walk when I go to Rome. And if you don't know what that means, get to the beginning of this video, and walking in Rome will pop up somewhere in there. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. And I will see you in the next one, which will probably be Monday because Friday I'm at the doctor, and I'll talk to you then. Okay, now I got to get back to the right screen here because I'm on the wrong screen. Where am I at? There I am. There I am. Okay, guys, talk to you later.